Okay, toxic romances. So I've been reading up on this subject, and I've been looking at movies from Hollywood, obviously. Hollywood movies that promote certain romances, certain relationships, and everyone goes goo goo gaga crazy over them, but they're actually very toxic. So I'll name two. The first one is Harry and Hermione was supposed to get together, but instead J.K. Rowling made Hermione end up with Ron. And the Ron-Hermione relationship was so toxic. Everyone was like, yeah, well, it's okay, because, you know, that's Ron and Hermione and they've been friends for a long time, yada, yada, yada. But it's actually very wrong for several reasons. Ron, if you watch the movies, if you read the books also, the books and the movies, Ron did a lot of complaining, very insecure, always jealous, always lashing out, always expressing his insecurities in the most toxic ways towards Hermione. And Hermione was always the type who would just go, oh, I'm sorry, and then she cries, and then she'd finally get fed up. She got angry at Ron, but in the end, they're still together. Another one is Bella with Edward. For the record, I'm Team Jacob. I was Team Jacob, I am Team Jacob, and always will be Team Jacob. Why? Look at Edward. For the first time you meet this guy, you already know this guy is trouble. Number one, he's a vampire. He's gonna be killing people, or he's gonna resist the urge to murder people. Okay, that's number one. If you watch the movies or read the books, because I've read them all, you know those scenes like there was a paper cut and one of the vampires, Jasper, tried to attack her, but then, you know, they all tried to stop Jasper from murdering Jasper's brother's girlfriend. That's like, you know, Edward was also so much older than Bella because he's a vampire, obviously. So there's a level of manipulation there. There's a level of, you know, there's a big disparity. And that causes a lot of problems in relationships, right? A lot of issues can come up. But there's a level of manipulation involved, especially with Edward's abilities. Looking attractive always and all of that stuff, right? It was written in the book that they're made to be the perfect predator, and so he admits he's a predator and that he's actually used that in the past, and that's how he ended up attracting Bella. Whereas Jacob had a very, very healthy family, very loving community that appreciated Bella, loved her, wanted to protect her as well. Jacob and Bella are obviously of similar ages, and there's no bloodthirst. There's no factor of we gotta resist murdering humans, right? There's none of that. So obviously Jacob was better for Bella. And we've got more. You know, Little Mermaid, a friend of mine just commented on my post about this. Little Mermaid, if you really think about it, yeah, she left a good loving family and went to a witch, someone who has betrayed the 7 seas many times before, and she actually said yes to losing her voice to attract a guy who she's never spoken with. She doesn't even know if this guy's married or not. She's just like, okay, well, he might be single, let's see, and if he's not single, then I'm doomed, or I'll doom their marriage by trying to get him from the wife, the potential wife, right? So those are some toxic relationships. Now, why am I talking about this? Why am I talking about toxic romances? It's because many times, and this is actually one of the big issues of one of my friends who actually asked this question or made this rant request. Many times people don't realize that their relationships and their romances are actually toxic until someone points out the toxicity in the relationship. People don't think things through. People don't analyze anymore. They just think, well, I just want to be with someone. This person is giving me a lot of attention. And many times, people stay in toxic relationships because they're so much more afraid of ending up alone or being alone. So they would rather be in a toxic romance than to be alone. Others are deceived because toxic people can be very charming. Toxic people can be very manipulative. Toxic people will say what you want to hear, make you feel what you want to feel. They'll say good things, make you feel special, make you feel like you're so loved, just so that you're going to trust them. And once you do, you're going to wonder, why am I stuck in this relationship? Why can't I let go? It's because they are toxic and yet they are deceptive. I'm not talking just about the person. Some toxic people can be that. Sometimes it's the relationship itself that's also toxic. And if people don't recognize this, if people don't even recognize that they are in toxic relationships, or they're not willing to grow, and they're not willing to set some boundaries and say, either this changes or I'm out, then it's going to be very destructive for everybody. So here's my suggestion. First, try to Google signs of a toxic relationship. Duh, right? So Google that. Signs of a toxic relationship. Next suggestion I would have is this. Assess your relationship and ask yourself really, really relevant questions, such as, now I'm going to ask a few. I didn't really see these in Google, but I thought it would be worth mentioning. Question number 1. How would my life be so terribly bad if I left this relationship? Would it be so bad? Would it be so unbearable if this relationship disappeared from my life? Third, how was my life before I met this person? Before this person came into my life? Was it really that bad in the first place? Because if your life wasn't that bad and then it got worse because of this relationship, and you're just getting a few, a few kicks here and there, made you feel good here and there, but not really holistically or not in a consistent way, then maybe this relationship isn't for you. And third question, do you really believe that if you leave this relationship, this romance, that there's never ever ever gonna be a romance for you ever again? That's something you have to ask yourself. Because most of the time, I notice, especially when it comes to counseling people, these 3 questions that I ask would always bring about certain realizations that go, oh yeah, maybe you're getting this amount of benefits from the relationship. Maybe you feel good, you feel special, you feel wanted and desired, but you also feel like crap, you also feel abused, you also feel insecure, you feel jealous in a negative way, not the right kind of way. You always feel like you're the one trying to fix the relationship, but they're never trying to fix it with you. You don't need... So you have these benefits, but it's going to pull you down to this level. And once a relationship pulls you down to this level, you're wondering why you have to fight so hard to get back up here. Or they're going to push you to go back up there, and then they're going to pull you down again. And so you got to get into relationships where you get all of these, but you don't have this weight, and you can actually move forward and upward with this person. I hope this helped, and I hope my rant requester also benefits from this. God bless you.